What's good, y'all? It's Rapmythology, the reincarnation of Ramakrishna, a Hayoka empath, and I'm kicking brand new flavor in your ear. That brand new flavor in your ear. Alright, today we're going to be talking about reincarnation, the blueprint of the Zodiac. Reincarnation, the blueprint of the Zodiac. Now, reincarnation is a theory because it will forever remain unknown to men. In reality, at the end of the day, we really don't know what happens when we die. But there's an ancient time navigational system which has given humanity deep insight on the topic of reincarnation. We call this the Zodiac. Now, the Zodiac derived from the constellations along the sun's path in the sky. The Zodiac is very ancient. You know, the Western Zodiac, the Western tropical chart, these things are new and actually kind of dumbed down. If you look back at Mayan mythology, you can see the Zodiac wheel back then. This is nothing brand new. This is very ancient knowledge. So astronomy, astrology, these both coincide with the Zodiac. You got Aries, Taurus, Sagittarius, Leo, Gemini, Virgo, Aquarius, Scorpio, Cancer, Libra, Pisces. I might have missed one or two, but you get the point. You can compare the Zodiac to a clock with a built-in calculator in it. The hands on the clock symbolize the rotation of the sun and the moon around the earth, right? So when you look at your clock, you look at your watch on your arm with the two hands on it, right? If you look at your clock and then look up in the air and watch the rotation of the sun and the moon, the clock on your arm kind of symbolizes the same thing. So the planets, asteroids, star constellations, right, that are in your birth chart, this interprets what sign that you have. So the whole Zodiac is built on the concept of reincarnation. So most of us know our sun sign, right? When we meet somebody, we might ask them what's their sign. A lot of us know our sun sign. But there's actually way more to us than that one sign. In your birth chart, you might have 6 or 7 signs that you got to pay attention to. So you got your sun sign, your moon sign, Mercury, Saturn. You have a whole list of signs that you got to pay attention to in your chart. The sun sign is how we present ourselves outwardly to the world. So the Zodiac explains how the soul takes on its personality when it incarnates into this life. The soul will have a different personality, a different sun sign every time it incarnates. So if you're into the Zodiac and astrology, by default, you're also into reincarnation. So when you die, right, there's a few things that can happen to your soul and spirit. There are many different ways a person can die, so the cause of death can contribute to the soul's journey in the afterlife. But to sum it all up, when you die, right, you're going to have 2 options. You can go into the light or you can go into the darkness. So they show you this in Hollywood movies all the time. They always show you this scene, right, of the spirit body going into the light, right? They always show the light if somebody dies or whatever and somebody entering the light. This is the biggest trick in the world, you know what I'm saying? Telling you to go into that light. When you decide to go into that light, right, you're going back into the cycles of reincarnation. Now, some people, right, I'm going to get to this too. Some people are meant to reincarnate. Not everybody is meant to leave after they pass away. When the soul incarnates as a human, right, it wants to learn lessons. Each time the soul incarnates as a human being, it comes down here to learn lessons. So the soul is going to go through all the signs in the Zodiac, right? Some choose to reincarnate more times than others. So you might choose to reincarnate 5 and 6 times, right? But then after that 6th time, you're supposed to go home, back to where you came from. But here in the Matrix, they have what they call the Demiurge. The Zodiac is actually part of the Demiurge. So the soul wants to experience everything. It wants to experience being a man, being a woman, being rich, being poor, so on and so forth. So the Zodiac, right, is part of the Demiurge. So the Zodiac will dictate the soul's human expression of the self. Again, right? So now there's many lost souls out here too that get caught up in these cycles of reincarnation. Again, you're supposed to go through these cycles, go through all the signs, and then go back home. But what happens is, due to all the brainwashing, right, the education, you understand, that we have here on Earth, the movies, Hollywood TV, these things convince you that you're just a human and you're not a soul. You understand what I'm saying? They don't even teach you what a soul is in school, barely even religion, anything like that. You understand what I'm saying? So you get tricked into coming back and coming back and keep coming back and coming back and coming back and going to that light and coming back till eventually you forget that you even have a soul and you start coming here thinking that you're just a human. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of us, we're naive when we're younger, and then when we get older, you know what I'm saying, we come into this information, right? It's so hard to come to be enlightened when you're young, and yes, unless your parents are living that way. So a lot of us, you know what I'm saying, that are waking up, our parents aren't like this. So we're listening to our parents, we're listening to what's being said in movies, what's being said in school. And then when we reach adulthood, it's hard to change your ways, and you're still caught up in these same belief systems. It's very hard for somebody to face the truth after they've been programmed for so long. This is not an easy thing to just, to wake up and start coming into knowledge. So what's going on out here is the masses are being tricked into forgetting that they're divine, their connection with the divine, that they have a soul, right? And getting tricked to just be a battery. You seen the Matrix the movie The Matrix, or how they show Neo in the beginning where he's just a battery and they have all these fetuses or whatever. That's what you are if you're not awake, if you're asleep and you're just running off what the Matrix has to offer. You're just a battery. You know what I'm saying? You're just keeping these stores. You're a good spender with money. You keeping these stores and stuff like that going. You know what I'm saying? A consumer. That's the word I'm looking for. A consumer. You know what I'm saying? You're a great consumer out here. You're working your 9 to 5. You understand what I'm saying? You get one day off the week, 1 week out of vacation out of the whole year. You understand what I'm saying? So you're living like a slave, just like a battery for the Matrix. You're making it so, people at the top don't have to do anything. You know what I'm saying? They could just make it off of your labor and your hard work. So you got two options. You can go into the light or you can go into the darkness, right? A lot of us are afraid of the dark already. These movies, Hollywood movies, make you afraid of the dark from a young age. So when you are in death and you are in that situation and you see darkness, you don't even want to go nowhere close to that shit. So this is like an easy thing to do, is keep you afraid of the dark. You know what I'm saying? Keep showing you these peekaboo movies, Paranormal Activity, all these ghost movies that are coming out now. They got everybody afraid of the dark. I can't tell you how many people I know that are scared to go to sleep with the lights being off. You understand what I'm saying? You can't go to sleep with the lights off. You know that you're going to reincarnate again, man. So you got to be able to face this darkness in order to get home, back to you where you may come from. The soul originates from, there's many origins in the galaxy where souls originate from. You understand what I'm saying? Where you're going to go on to live a different type of dimensional lifestyle, if you will. You may not be physical, but you'll still have a consciousness. You understand what I'm saying? All right, so one of the first places you can go to get some type of information on your past life, how that's affecting you now, is your natal chart. You understand what I'm saying? Is your natal chart. You can find your past life karma, certain major incidences that played out in your last life. You can find these things in your natal chart. So that's the first place you can go. A lot of us is like, wondering, like, how can we get any type of information on your past life? It's in your natal chart. I got a video explaining how to find your past life karma. You know what I'm saying? Go check that out. This is easy information to find. You also have hypnotization, past life recall sessions that people do, right? You got psychic readings, Akashic records readings, which is what I got, which helped me on my journey. You understand what I'm saying? I also have the knowledge of self ritual, you know what I'm saying, in my list of videos. Check that out. There's a few ways that you could tap into the past life, right? But The easiest way, the first thing you could do without paying anybody, right, is just yourself on your own, right? Go check out your natal chart. Figure out what's your past life karma. So the Zodiac is a very ancient system, very ancient, and the blueprint to the Zodiac is reincarnation. The Zodiac describes how the soul goes through each cycle, has a different sign, right? A different birth chart every time it is born. And it comes to the earth realm, goes through the Zodiac, each sign in the Zodiac, to learn specific lessons that it wants to learn while it incarnates on earth, right? People get lost in this due to the brainwashing in schools, education, mass media, TV, movies, right? People get brainwashed by this, right? The Demiurge wants to keep you here, right? Or Satan or whatever. These things want to keep you here. They don't want you to go to heaven. They don't want you to get off this realm. So a lot of us need to get used to being in the darkness. You know, if you're feeling like, you know, you don't want to come back, it's usually up to you to decide whether you want to reincarnate or not. But if you got that feeling like you don't want to come back, you got to lose your fear of the dark. We're going to leave that one there. Thank you for watching. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you like or put a dislike. And if you feel like my videos are life-changing, please donate $1 at Rapmythology on Cashapp. It's the reincarnation of Ramakrishna, a Hayoka empath, and I'm kicking brand new flavor in your ear, that brand new flavor in your ear.